Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be installing the Spotify car thing into my Fusion, and it's honestly something I'm really hyped about because it's going to give me a lot more functionality than just skipping songs and adjusting volume. So that, coupled with the fact that I won't have to give somebody my phone just to go back and forth between music and directions, which can get a lot more tedious than I'm going for, it definitely means that this is going to be a really nice upgrade to put in the car. So you just pull off this little sleeve. You can see a nice little Spotify box. You open up the box and it basically has everything you need. It's actually a very simple install. So this is all it comes with. It's actually super simple. You have your CarPlay device itself, you have your instruction manual. This was actually a mount that this section goes inside the CD tray, just because, you're probably not using your CD tray as much anymore. This is an AC mount. This is a double-sided tape mount, which is probably gonna be the one I'm gonna go for. And this is the magnet that you basically use to kind of make the contact between the various pieces. Then you have this little USB port cigarette lighter for power. You have your wires, which is a USB-C. You have two of these little grips, which basically just hold the wires, and then you have a cleaning cloth right here. I changed my mind, so I put the magnet here on the CD tray mount. Super simple. You just basically put the legs in the tray. And there is a subtle angle to this piece right here, so I did angle it to where it was more up as opposed to down, a little bit easier to see. And now we can go ahead and just grab this and see how it feels when it's positioned. Because, yeah, that's basically all it needs to do. And you can obviously adjust it, so if you want it like higher, you can definitely do that, and you'll have room for your buttons and whatnot. So I'm happy with how it's mounted, but I will say I have some stuff in the works. So I might need to get a little arm or basically a different way to mount it further down the road. But as for right now, it works perfectly for what we're going for. So we can go ahead and get to plugging it up, and I can show you guys what the buttons do, and that's just how it works as a whole. So again, this is a USB-C wire, you can see right there, and because it does connect to a USB port, I can actually connect it to something I already have set up, which is my wireless charging phone mount, which I have over here. I have the wire running, and as you can see there, it already has a USB port, so I can literally just connect this wire to that, and I won't have to do anything else. I'm gonna go ahead, power on the vehicle. So it says right here, start setup, so it says to point my phones to this. So I did that. It is now going to Spotify. So that's already connected, and now we're just connecting it through my phone. So it does have voice activation by saying, "Hey Spotify." Okay. And it's gonna be connected through Bluetooth. All good. Oh, I didn't even turn this on. Alright, so now it's good. Yeah, that's So yes, I did not have my radio on, but now I do, and it is connected. Let's go ahead and press that I hear it. So I've had the car thing in my car for about a week, and honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I feel like it makes driving with music a lot more feasible, collaborative, and it looks really cool to have another screen in the car. So let me show you how it works and some of the cool features that it has. So since mine's been connected to my phone, every time I turn on the car, it automatically connects. Because I'm not trying to get copyrighted or anything, I'm just turning it down. But one thing you do have to account for if you're having this in this specific Fusion setup is occasionally your car will just start off with FM, but it's basically just adjusting it back to where it goes to Bluetooth, which isn't the biggest deal. It's basically just something that, your car has a certain way that it connects to things, and it's basically just accounting for that. But this connects automatically, which makes it a lot more feasible. Now, to kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown of how it works is it's essentially becoming the middleman between your phone and your car. Not in the sense that it's connecting to your car specifically to play something, but your phone is basically going to be the thing that's connecting to. It's going to be playing music, and you're basically just fine-tuning whatever it's going to play on the car. So say you don't have Bluetooth and you use one of those little receivers that you plug into the cigarette lighter that basically takes over a radio signal. I believe that would work as well, just based off of how this is working, because it's not specifically doing anything to your car, just adjusting whatever's playing on your Spotify. Now, one of the cool things that this thing has that really helps it with the collaborative effort is that it has voice control. Hey Spotify, play Chill's podcast. And there you go. This is my sister, so I know she doesn't mind if I use her stuff. You can also scrub, just like that, if you want to skip to a specific part. Granted, it is going to be subject to how good your Wi-Fi is, and if you have bad Wi-Fi, it might take a little bit, but still, it is something that definitely helps out whenever you're listening to a podcast and there's ads or something. Just kind of skip it real quick. It's basically just tapping right here and then just moving it wherever you want to. There's a few buttons up here that are basically going to be your presets, so you're going to have your liked songs and whatnot. And whenever you have a screen like this, or basically specifically like the podcast one, if you do this, you can actually basically just go back and forth between it. Same listening to this podcast, this will now basically scroll up and down for me. Whereas if you're listening to something, this becomes for volume.
It's your first listen of the day. We are.
And then if you can see this button right here, it's basically to go back. Super easy. And then another thing, depending on the album art, it'll give you a little color for the background. So this one's gonna be that brown color. This one's red, blue. So definitely a nice little feature that makes it a little bit more immersive. It's definitely a really, really cool piece to have, and probably one of the more notable things that isn't really a technical feature of it is just whenever you have directions on your phone, you don't actually have to go back and forth, which I got to use specifically. I took a trip to San Antonio, and it was really, really nice to be able to just have the music on that, and then my phone specifically for directions makes it a lot safer as well. So if you're looking for one, I would definitely recommend it. It's something that's gonna be a lot more enjoyable in terms of just kind of having that extra little bit of control of your Spotify and not having to go back and forth on your phone. Then the voice control makes it super, super fun. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Make sure to check out the link in my bio if you want to get some cool Fusion merch. Thank you, Yvette, so much for the gift. I love it, and I love you, and I will see you in the next one.